Well, welcome back to Mike's HO. I'm excited to get started on some background scenery here, which is the reason I pulled my layout away from the wall. I had to do some work back here anyway, but I'm going to use this 1-inch insulation board, cut it in half, screw it against the back, and carve out some mountains. On the back side, I'm going to be using this LED strip lighting that I can set to simulate sunrise, sunset, that sort of thing, or just color the mountains. Should look pretty cool. But first I got to cut this board in half, so let's get started on that. So the first thing I want to do is mark this board halfway. It's a 4-foot board, so I'm just going to draw a line 2 feet and cut it off from there. So I'll hold that up there temporarily with some 2-inch screws. So that'll give me some idea what I'm looking at here. Can draw my mountains in okay from there. So I'm going to try to emulate a little bit the mountains outside my house here, which is Burke Mountain. And then the Kirby Mountain Range out there further, which is obviously not going to be very scale, but it'll give me some idea of what it might be like. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, that's what I want. Good. I've also got to cut this piece out. Carry on the range all the way out here. I'm going to make it stay up here for now. So, how do I want that to go, you ask? We have another little valley here. And then there's some stackable mountains. I think we'll just end it right there. So working with styrofoam can get a little messy in this part, but as long as you keep cleaning it up, it works. So I'm going to cut it at an angle like this to slope the mountains up. We'll see how that works out here. Well, there's a south end. That's pretty much what I want. So as you can see, I painted the tops of all of these cutouts so that the foam wouldn't keep flaking off and create those little pellets that are so annoying to keep cleaning up. But my next step is going to be to put another piece of foam back here. And I'll show you why in just a second. Get it lined up. Looks good. So I'm going to trace the mountains that I've cut out on this piece of board. Then I'll take this out on my bandsaw and cut it, because I'm going to want a square flush cut on this piece. You'll see why eventually. I'm going to go ahead and do the other pieces, get this cut out, and then I'll be right back to you. All right, now that I've got all the pieces cut, I'm going to be roughing this up considerably to create a better effect. I don't want to just paint it smooth. I don't like that idea. It just looks phony. Maybe this will too, I don't know. But I'm going to try this, rough it up before I paint it. And I really got to do it I don't know, kind of without a methodical system, but that might be kind of hard to do. So let's see what I can do here. All right, let's see what that's going to look like. I'll do the rest of them and then I'll get back to you. So now that I got my background board prepped the way I wanted, I put a base coat of green on there, and I'm just going to mark it up with some other colors just to try to make it a background that'll blend into everything. I'm not an artist when it comes to this sort of thing, so I don't really know what I'm doing here, but I'm just going to be blotting some paint on here, and hopefully it'll look like something when I'm done. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'll film a little bit of it. I've already done a couple of pieces, and we'll see how it comes out. So at this point, I'm going to change it up just a little bit and just mix a couple of colors around and change the texture of the brush that I'm going to be using, just to get a couple different shades in there. See what we can make happen. All right, let's see what we can do here. Well, now that we've got these pieces painted up, let's get them anchored into place and take a better look at this. See what it's going to look like. Yeah, I like the looks of that from here. I really didn't know what to do as far as trees or shading, but at least it's something other than just a plain background. So I think I can work with that. So I got these other pieces to put in behind here that will hold the LED strips. So I've got a little preparation to do with that. I'll be right back. All right, just going to anchor this back piece on now so you can see what's happening. You can see how I've laid this below here so the LED strip doesn't show up. So you can't see it, but it lights up the back. We'll see how that looks when it actually happens, but let me get this anchored down. And I've got these pieces to put up, one here, one on the back side. Let me get those done and then I'll get back to you. All right, I have that anchored down all the way around. You can see now how this platform here sort of is going to act as an anchor base for the LED strip that will just lay on there like this and will go all around the layout. It has a sticky backside that I can peel off and stick it down. I don't want to stick it to foam. I just don't think that's going to work very well. So I'm going to put a coat of paint on that and we'll let it dry down good and hard before I try to stick that down on there. So I'll have to let this dry first. Then I'll try to stick the LED down. If it won't stay, if it doesn't look like it's going to stay, I may run just push some wire staples into the foam, just enough to hold the light strip down. It's not going to move anyway. I mean, all this is coming back against the wall. Once it's in place, nothing's going to happen to it. So we'll figure that out as we go along. So let me finish painting this. I'm going to let it dry, then we'll come back and put the LED strips on. Okay, now that I have these backboards in place, a smooth surface to stick that wire down onto, let's get the control center in place here. I'm just going to anchor them where I want them with a couple of staples, but I need to put the LED light sensor up where I'll be able to see it from the rest of it. And to make things difficult, I do have my cat trying to play with the electrical cord. So we'll see see what happens with him. That's going to stay in place all right, just like that. Let's get that out of his way so he ain't bugging it. And that's visible for the remote control. All right, let's just stick some tape down here. So as you can see here, the strips were longer than my layout. So I doubled back with it almost the whole length of this side. And it should be twice the lighting. But it's all set up now. let's put everything back and see what it looks like. So this is the end result of the mountains with the sunrise, with the town fairly lit up. The lights can come in a number of different colors. I don't know that I can change them around right now. It really gives a nice effect. So I'm happy with the way it came out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smack that like button. I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe and share it with somebody else. And there'll be more to come. Thanks for watching.